you've convinced me already that you'll stand there and lie to me without blinking.
I'm not lying, sir.
I mean, you already convinced me of that, so I don't believe anything you say.
Okay.
All right. Are you Shanna Oliver?
Shanna Oliver, yes.
Shanna, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
According to this, ma'am, there's a report of a community control violation. The allegations are that March 5, 2026, you were convicted of misdemeanor theft through Vandalia Municipal Court. And on October 2nd, 2025, you failed to complete treatment at Women's Recovery, leaving against staff advice. This could result in revocation of your community control and imposition of the sentence that was reserved. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Would you like an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. On March 5th, 2026, it's alleged that you were convicted of theft in Vandalia Municipal Court. Do you admit or deny that?
Yes, I admit it.
Okay. And on October 2nd, 2025, it's alleged that you failed to complete treatment at Women's Recovery by leaving against staff advice. Do you admit that or deny that?
I deny that. I wasn't against staff's advice. They helped me out the door because I was going to be medically released back to here because of my broke foot. Because when I got there, they was under the assumption I was able to walk at that time. I'm like, no, it's only been a month and a half. I still was not able to walk. They were surprised to see me come in a wheelchair. The probation people that took me there was also like, yeah, because they were concerned why I was in a wheelchair when they were told I was able to walk. So the lady advised me of a few things and told me that I was going to be medically discharged and sent back to county. So, yeah, I left, yes, because they weren't able to accommodate me being in a wheelchair.
Where did you go?
Women's Recovery.
Where did you go from there?
Oh, I went home from there.
Yes.
I'm her probation officer. I spoke to Women's Recovery prior to them accepting her. They were aware that she was in a wheelchair. They were going to accommodate that. They were handicap accessible there. Miss Oliver had jail phone calls in which she planned to leave Women's Recovery prior to getting there. She had someone come pick her up from Women's Recovery and leave. She also, in those jail phone calls, had she been placed on a monitor, she intended on cutting it off when she got to Women's Recovery.
So what happened?
Women's Recovery reached out to me. It was two of our probation officers transported her to Women's Recovery, and then a couple hours later, Women's Recovery reached out to me and said that she was picked up and she left the facility against staff advice.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to have a hearing on that to determine?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to accept that as true.
Okay.
Do you admit or deny that violation then?
I admit it.
Okay. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, based on my conversation with Ms. Oliver's probation officer, Officer Nelson, I was just going to say that she obviously is not wanting treatment at this point. It sounds like she's done, based on jail calls, she's doing everything she can not to get into treatment or not to comply with treatment at this point. So unfortunately, there really isn't much more we can do for her. She does have 280 days of jail time credit on the 12 months that she has hanging over her head. So she only has another 80 days left, but we would recommend then that she serve out those 80 days locally and at least keep her off the drugs for as long as possible, and then terminate her community control at the end of that.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything you want to say?
No, sir.
Okay. Sometimes I wonder how extensive the effect of addiction can be. And this is a really good example of, you're a smart woman, you basically have an addiction issue, and you're resisting any form of treatment, it appears. So you're deciding to just accept the consequences. When they're over, go out and use again. Is that a fair assessment?
No, sir, Your Honor. I haven't been using. I was sober when I got picked up. and clean, and I was clean when I got here. So I didn't do anything in jail like I could have. I was clean when I got there, and I was clean when I got here. I mean, that's not my goal, was to remain on drugs the rest of my life. I have a family, so I'm just, you know, it was unfortunate what happened to me and broke my foot and everything. I would have stayed at Women's because I've heard really good things about Women's Recovery. I really would have stayed there. It just, I'm telling you, I promise you that they was going to discharge me medically.
They've got your jail phone calls. Let's just
Yeah, no, I know. My daughter picked me up. I know that. But they was going to medically discharge me. She told me that. That's why she helped me out of the building.
listen to this call. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Miss Oliver informs the person she is talking to bring scissors. Snip, snip, snip. Yeah, my monitor. Cut and fling. Snip, snip, snip. Throw it out. Insinuating that you were going to cut your monitor off.
Yes.
If you were to be placed on one going into Women's Recovery. Next call, you can come and effing get me because I am not going to stay there. How about that? Get me the F out of here. Then at 6 minutes, 40 seconds, she states, if I leave there, then I need to leave town. Well, I don't know how long it takes when I wheel myself out of there before they do something. I mean, I don't think they call the cops, the local cops. They just call my PO.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the other conversation pieces of all the information I had received prior to that, you know, you didn't hear or nothing because of the fact was me going there, I would have been, I mean, people in jail knew that they was going to medically discharge me. They were misled. They really thought I was walking. They did not know I was in a wheelchair when I got there.
Just address your comments to me.
They were really not aware that I was in a wheelchair because the only other room they had a pregnant girl in that room, and I couldn't, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Share it with her? No, they was going to send me back.
You've convinced me already that you'll stand there and lie to me without
I'm
blinking.
not lying, sir.
I mean, you already convinced me of that, so I don't believe
Okay.
anything you say.
Okay.
All right. How much time does she have left? 80 days? 85 days?
85 days, Your Honor.
Okay. Then revoke community control. Commit her for 85 days. And
Local time?
local time.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, that's all.
Thank you.
Your Honor, what form of termination would you like upon completion of jail days?
Unsuccessful.